When looking at an insurance quote, our eyes naturally scan past the dense paragraphs, dropping straight to the bottom right corner, the monthly premium. Using that single number to decide if you're getting a good deal is a common reflex. But with disability insurance, treating price as your primary metric is incredibly risky. To understand why, we have to look at how different types of insurance are calculated. Standard life insurance measures mortality risk. That is a straightforward binary outcome. You are either alive or you aren't. Morbidity risk accounts for the nuanced probability of an illness or injury preventing you from working. It involves a complex scale of variables that evaluate your specific health and professional capacity across dozens of possible medical outcomes. Because morbidity risk leaves so much room for interpretation, two disability quotes that demand the exact same monthly premium can behave completely differently when you actually file a claim. Discovering that your policy doesn't cover your specific situation while you are sitting in a hospital waiting room means your financial safety net fails to deploy exactly when you need it most. Identifying the blind spots in a contract requires an expert to go line by line and test the underlying architecture of the quote before you sign. Let's take a standard quote and expose where those structural flaws typically hide. This chart shows two policies. At the top level, Quote A and Quote B charge the exact same monthly premium. But looking at the definition of disability, Quote A offers any occupation coverage, while Quote B specifies own occupation. That distinction dictates your payout. Under Quote A, if you can physically perform any lesser job, the carrier can deny your claim. Under Quote B, if you cannot perform the highly specialized duties of your specific profession, you receive your full benefits. Then we have to check for buried restrictions. Many policies cap the payout period for mental or nervous conditions, severely limiting your protection if you experience severe anxiety or depression. Finally, we look at residual benefits. If an injury allows you to return to work but only part-time, Quote A pays nothing. Quote B steps in to cover the gap in your reduced income. These definitions dictate the actual value of your coverage. Without them securely in place, the monthly price tag tells you absolutely nothing about the protection you are buying. Beyond the text of the contract, there is a human element to how your policy is priced, the underwriter. Different insurance companies interpret the exact same applicant using entirely different criteria. A physician, an architect, and a small business owner all present different risk profiles. One carrier might view a specific profession as high risk, while another offers highly favorable rates for that exact same career. If you have a complex income structure or a pre-existing medical condition, sending your application to 3 different companies will often yield 3 completely different monthly premiums and coverage levels. This exposes the primary risk of working with a captive agent, someone who is employed by and only sells policies for one single insurance company. A captive agent takes the complexities of your career and health history and forces them into a single corporate formula. If their company doesn't view your profile favorably, you receive a restrictive and expensive policy. Requesting a second opinion provides a mandatory validation of your broader financial protection strategy, ensuring the policy definitions actually meet your requirements. To find the right coverage, you have to bypass single carrier systems and work with an independent broker who can navigate the entire market. Jason Stoles and the team at Diversified Insurance Brokers have spent decades analyzing these contracts. As an independent agency, they evaluate your specific professional profile and match it against active contracts with over 100 highly rated carriers. By analyzing the market from the top down, they identify the carrier whose underwriting guidelines align perfectly with your career, health, and financial needs. Disability insurance operates alongside your retirement planning and asset perfection. It secures the income that funds every other aspect of your financial life. Relying on the simplified assumptions of a first-glance quote puts that entire foundation at risk. Ensure your income is truly protected. Reach out to Diversified Insurance Brokers for a comprehensive review of your disability quote and build a financial plan that works exactly as expected when it matters most.